Welcome to CNN 10, where we explain events happening around the world and sometimes beyond it. I'm Carl Azuz, and the first story we're delving into this Wednesday involves a storm that's brewing in Washington, D.C. This is related to a special counsel investigation that's trying to find out if members of President Donald Trump's political team colluded, secretly worked with Russia during Trump's campaign for president. Multiple reports came out recently saying that in 2016, the Federal Bureau of Investigation sent an informant to speak with Trump campaign advisors. Here's where this gets controversial. The FBI is allowed to use informants to speak to people and get information, but it's not allowed to do this for political purposes. So what happened in this case, we don't know yet. President Trump has said that if the FBI used the informant to spy on his campaign, it would be illegal and a disgrace to the United States. He's also suggested, according to the Hill political website, that this might have been done by members of the Obama administration to decrease Trump's chances of winning the election. But the New York Times reports that while the informant interacted with members of Trump's campaign, it was not for illegal political purposes. And critics say the president's using the news of the informant to discredit the ongoing investigation involving Russia. So what are the next steps in all this? The White House and the Justice Department, which the FBI is part of, have agreed to investigate how the informant was used. The results of that could indicate whether or not any laws were broken. 10-second trivia. Which of these moons is smallest? Earth's moon, Saturn's Titan, Jupiter's Callisto, or Jupiter's Ganymede? Earth's moon is not the smallest in our solar system, but it is the smallest on this list, with a diameter of around 2,000 miles. Of course, our moon has a dark side. That's not a bad thing, it's just the part we never see, and China is planning to send a spacecraft to it later this year. There's a big challenge to that, though. There'd be no way to communicate with the craft. The rest of the moon would be in the way, cutting off any signals from Earth. So China took a step toward addressing that this week. It launched a satellite that has a unique mission. It'll hang out in the moon's orbit, if all goes according to plan, and act like a relay station that would allow scientists on Earth to communicate with the spacecraft on the far side of the moon. Of course, the satellite has to find its sweet spot first, and then the actual lunar lander has to go there afterward. So while this is a step toward accomplishing the goal, the mission's project manager says a number of challenges remain. The ultimate aim, according to an official with the China National Space Administration, is to set up a permanent base on the moon that's run by robots. A company founded in 2015 is helping blind and visually impaired people get clear details of the world around them. It utilizes glasses, which are free, but then adds subscription fees of between $89 and $329 per month. So affordability may be one concern. Another could be what happens if the connection's lost. Still, it's a solution based on natural intelligence.
Welcome to IRA. AI stands for Artificial Intelligence and RA stands for Remote Assistance. Together, it's IRA. I'm Suman Kanuganti. I'm the founder and CEO. IRA is a platform for blind and low vision people to seek information anytime, anywhere that they want. All of our IRA agents are distributed throughout the country. I came up with the idea when I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. At the age of 34, he went legally blind. These glasses, they look like a pair of sunglasses, but the difference is they are equipped with a camera that is mounted right on the right hand side frame of these glasses.
Hi Juan, thanks for calling IRA. This is Erin. How can I help you today?
Hi Erin, can you direct me to the mailroom downstairs?
When the session is started, an explorer provides what is their task or activity of their interest, and they are talking. It's a two-way conversation. An agent is providing what we call instant information that is needed for the explorer to do and complete that particular activity.
If you continue forward, we'll head into the mailroom here. And it looks like the mail slot is just ahead towards 1 o'clock. It's about head high, so it's a large silver metal rectangle just slightly to the right.
So it's one human providing that information and another human using the information, and together they are acting as one individual, and I think that's very powerful. One of my favorite stories that I would like to tell is a father that calls in every night to read bedtime stories for his 6-year-old daughter.
And make them into crowns and play King of the Forest.
And make them into crowns and play King of the Forest.
From the explorer's perspective, they either put the glasses on or use the phone to call in to our agent. It is a simple one-press button, and within less than 5 seconds, our agents pick up the call.
I need to get to Regent's Pizza.
An explorer activity could be as simple as navigation, traveling around the world, reading, experiencing a concert, experiencing a game, or even assisting with the workplace related activities. Our agents will not provide any opinionated answers, but they provide exactly the detailed description of their particular item to our explorers. So in short, we call it description of life. Aira is the description of life.
Last story is about a blood donor named James Harrison. The Australian Red Cross says he had major chest surgery when he was 14 and needed the blood of others to save his life. So Harrison promised he'd donate his own blood when he was old enough, and he's kept that promise more than 1,100 times. That's a great thing because his blood has something most people's doesn't.
That's brown eyes, eh? Good girl. I can claim him. I got brown eyes too. 7 miscarriages. You've got 7 children now. So, especially when I'm still fit enough to donate.
Well,
They retired me. I didn't retire.
we were here at the beginning.
I didn't want to retire at all, actually, but it was the rules that once you turn 81, they consider your blood's not worth bottling.
In Australia, up until about 1967, there are literally thousands of babies dying each year, and doctors didn't know why. And it was awful. There were women who were having numerous miscarriages, and babies were being born with brain damage. Researchers discovered anti-D, and then James was discovered to have this antibody in his blood, which was amazing. How many anti-D injections did you have? 3. Wow.
My own daughter getting an injection that produced my grandson. That was probably where I said, "Oh wow, you know, it was great." Maybe it was my ego, and we got up to about 800, and I said, "Oh well, I'll go for 1,000." And then I got to 1,000. I said, "Well, I may as well keep going. It doesn't hurt."
They just said you needed the vaccine. I didn't think about it any further. And then looking into it a bit more, obviously I found out about James and how amazing he is and how many donations he's made, and that it was all because of him.
It is good to know that my anti-D is doing the right thing and making a lot of mothers, a lot of fathers very happy.
Every batch of anti-D that has ever been made in Australia has come from James's blood, and more than 17% of women in Australia are at risk. So James has helped save a lot of lives.
Unheard of now. People like you.
One lady had 7 miscarriages. She's got 7 children now. So. I had no wish to give up. In fact, I didn't want to give up this week either, but it was my last donation. The last chance I had to put something out there for to be used in the future.
And now I'm here at the end. Who would think?
So let's hope the next person in the line steps up and breaks my record. That would be great.